Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole flag, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Shah. All right, and what I want to get into this morning, as I was reading the book of Luke, the first chapter, and you have the account, all right, of Zacchaeus, all right, um, being converted, which he was an Israelite, was a Jake, that pretty much had high status, within the Roman Empire, and he was a wealthy man, but he believed on Yahweh Shai, all right, and he was converted and he received mercy. Yahweh Shai let him know that salvation, has come to his house. All right. But as we read this account, what we can learn is, how humility, okay, goes a long way, and it's humility that's going to lead to mercy, because we exist in a society. We, we was cultivated in a society, that's extremely prideful. Not only, do our people err, in righteousness, but our people move in pride, we was taught to be prideful in our era, you know, and the Lord despises pride. Scripture speak about how the Lord, he despises a proud look. And this society, cultivates people to have a proud look, man, because it takes humility to be in order, to a righteous way. One thing about discipline, it takes a form of humility, man. To be disciplined in anything, it takes humility, man. And to be obedient to this word, all right, it takes humility, man. To have faith, and to live a lifestyle based on our faith, it takes humility because especially in this society where, you know, righteousness is strange, you know, because it's like being righteous. This is like the Lord, being righteous in the wicked society. This is like, a humiliation ritual, you know, on the right hand side to show that we're really down, you know. So I want to get into the count, get a few precepts, and Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters are edified. Now, this is the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 1. And Yahushua entered and passed through Jericho, and behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus, which was chief among the publicans, and he was rich. All right, and he says he was a chief tax collector. All right, in the region, and he had became very rich. All right, and it says, and he sought to see Yahushua, who he was, and could not for the press because he was of a little stature. So as he was trying to get to Yahushua, but a lot of times there will be a crowd around Yahushua, man. You had people, that were sincere believers. You had those that were there, just to see miracles, for entertainment, just like you have today. So it was always, a crowd a lot of times around Yahushua. That's why, the times he would just dip off from everyone, you know. And it says, and he ran, all right, so he couldn't get to Yahushua. So what? And he was short, so he really couldn't see him, you know. It says, and he ran before and climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him, for he was to pass their way. And when Yahushua came to the place, he looked and saw him and said unto him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must abide at thy house. So Yahushua, as he's walking, he looks up and he sees Zacchaeus in this sycamore tree. Okay, you gotta understand, like Yahushua is knowing that, okay, he's knowing that this is a man of high status. He probably had, goodly robes on, but Zacchaeus got uncomfortable. And then it shows you how much he prioritized Yahushua, you know, by, it was through action. His faith produced action. First he had ran, then he had to climb the tree. So his faith produced action, man. As the scriptures say in the book of James, it's the book of James, chapter 2. I'm gonna get to the point. All right. This is James 2 and 18. And it says, I started at 17. James 2 and 17 says, even so faith, if it have no works, is dead being alone. Okay? You read in NLT, James 2 and 17. So you see, faith by itself isn't enough unless it produces good deeds. It is dead and useless. So our faith, when we first come into the truth, man, we come in by believing the word. All right. And then through belief of the word, it started to produce, okay, works, man. You know, hey, faith is the foundation, and that faith, all right, the foundation of faith leads to works. Okay, it leads to action, man. Okay, like you had to start putting away the Christmas trees. Okay, you stop going to the churches, man. Okay, you stop getting lineups. You start eating towards the Levitical diet based off of faith, because we can't keep the law perfect, but we rehearse the law. That's all based in faith. We keep the Day of Atonement. That's a showcase of faith. you know, the Passover. We do these things all based off faith, man. You know, so when you keep reading, it says, yeah, a man may say, this James 2 and 18, yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith and I have works. Show me thy faith with thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works, man. And Zacchaeus, he had the humility to get uncomfortable. And then you got how strange he looked as a rich man climbing a tree, man. You know, how strange would it look to see, Jeff Bezos climbing a tree, man? Okay, or see Mayweather, this nigga climbing a tree. All right, that would be very strange, man. He would be ridiculed, he'd be mocked. Jake would make memes. Okay, well, Zacchaeus did that, okay, based on faith, man. And that humility led to Yahushua having mercy on him and his household, man. Okay, so that's why, as a man, as a man, especially amongst Jake, not to get no line. That was one of the main things that Jake would roast you about, coming up is your hairline. Your hairline get pushed back, or, your uncle cut your hair, your hairline crooked, that was a major thing, so, for a lot, that's why you see in a lot of these groups, IUIC, they still get lineups, man. You know, you see Jake that leave, to fall out. One of the first things that they go do is like go get their lineup, man. You know, because there's a thing, there's a thing that how people ridicule you about, man. As an Israelite man. Okay, but see, our faith in Yahweh, we don't care about being ridiculed or being looked at strange or standing out, man, because we have faith, man. So we'll be looked at as fools out there on the highways and byways, man. Here it is, we in, a lot of us teaching the cities that we grew up in, where people can see us, man. We're out there with garments on, okay, teaching the Bible, man. That takes humility to do that, man. Brothers probably been popular. Brothers probably was a ladies' man in the world. Okay, but to go do this now, is equivalent to like to Zacchaeus climbing up in that sycamore tree, man. Okay, all right. So let's go here. Hey, this is why Yahushua, you read the book of Matthew chapter 18, verse 1. Matthew 18:1, it says, at the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And Yahushua called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And you, oh boy, I don't know why I did this. I like you. Let me straighten this up, man. Oh boy, you should be good. Yeah, phones are do that out the blue now, you know. But going back into it, this is the book of Matthew. I read 18:4 again. Uh, see, yeah, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 18. All right, verse 4. It says, Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is great in the kingdom of heaven. You know, so you think about a child, you know, as someone of of low rank, you know, and a child, doesn't have a mindset that they know everything. You know, a child is in the mindset of learning, listening. You know, a child will be so locked into listening, to you won't even know they're in the room. Like if you're a child, come in the room and they'll just be so attentive and listening to everything that you wouldn't even know that they was there, and that's how we have to become in the truth. No matter what your rank or your status is in this world, when you come into the truth, you have to humble down as a little child, you know, no matter how much money you have, none of those things matter. When we first come to the truth, man, we come in as a little child, not knowing nothing, man. Okay, we have to really humble down to the teachings, all right, of men that that are not of a high degree in this society, man. We got to humble down. Okay, and by default, no matter what our status is, we could be managers and supervisors and regional managers, or you can have, like I said, you can have the riches of this world. But guess what? You got to humble down, all right, under this word, man, and under those men that has been established to teach this word, man. You have to humble down as a child. As Zacchaeus, he did that. You know, he had more money than Yahushua, but guess what? He had to humble down and be instructed by Yahushua, man. He had more rank in society than Yahushua, but he had to humble down and be instructed by Yahushua, man. And that led to humility. I mean, that led to mercy, man. Okay, let's go with St. John 3 and 1. It says, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. Okay, so he was another man of status. All right, it says the same came to Yahushua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher from the Most High, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest except the Most High be with him. And says Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Okay? So Yahushua, the first thing he told him, like, you have to be born again. Because he was like I say, he was a leader, amongst the synagogue, amongst the Pharisees. Okay? So he understood precepts. Okay? He understood the law. He knew about the history. Okay? But he didn't have the understanding, okay, according to the spirit. You see, so Yahushua was like, look, because you have to be pretty much, you got to be taught everything again, man. Your first phase is to become born again, is to become born again in the spirit, you know, because you have men that come from particular backgrounds, have degrees of this world, and you know had a Christian understanding of the Bible. Okay, might know particular things, but guess what? When we come into the truth, man, The understanding that we have from the world, okay, and what we thought we knew about the Bible, nah, man, we have to be born again. We have to humble down, no matter how long you've been going to church and, you might, because there's some Christians that, they know particular thing, like some sincere, Jake Christians that really get into the Bible, you know. I used to read the Bible a lot, when I was in the church, man. Okay, thought I knew something, man. Okay, but as I came into this, man, I had to become a child, man. I had to be retaught everything, man. I had to humble down, you know, and then the Lord began to show mercy. Hopefully, we all endure until the end and receive that ultimate mercy, which is salvation, man. Okay, so um, yep, let's go from there. Let's get that in Isaiah. Okay, what does it say in Isaiah? It's Isaiah 28 and 9. It says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. Okay, so to really understand the scriptures, we got to go through that phase of being born again and receiving this milk, man. Okay, the sincere milk, so we can grow thereby. As the scriptures say, let's get that. Then we go back to Isaiah. That's First Peter, all right, chapter 2. But to really understand, we have to humble down and go through the phase of being born again and being raised up as a child, man. You see, no matter what our rank of status is in the world, everyone has to go through their process, man. Okay, our status in the world doesn't transfer to the truth. Our knowledge in the world doesn't transfer over to the truth, man. Everyone has to go through that phase of learning, all right, from scratch, man. You know, this is First Peter 2:1. It says, "Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speaking." And see, this is the culture that we was bred up in, man. Pretty much nigga culture, man. All right, is hypocrisies, okay, guile, deception, okay, all these this pretty much anti-Messiah culture that we was raised up in, man. You know, uh, 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 the Israelite man pretty much just had, you know, a lot of us pretty much just had a life, chasing lust, getting some money, chasing some women, wanting clap, you know. We just had a mindset of lust, man. All right, guile, trying to deceive the woman, you know, to get the lust fulfilled. Like we lived a life that just was based off lust, and the woman was taught to be anti-Messiah with that feminist mindset, man. You know, to be, the head, the boss, and just to be out of order and do her own thing, man. That was being out of pocket, and whatever else stems from that. But we all came up in a with an anti-Messiah mindset, man. You know, so we had to be what taught everything again. It says a newborn babe desire the sincere milk of the word that ye may grow thereby. Okay, so we have to humble down. Okay, completely under the order of Yahweh Shai through the men that He set up to teach. You know, everybody has to go through that phase, man. There's no, there's no, you know, there's no other way of coming into this thing except being born again. You know, just like all life comes through what birth, man. You got to be birthed into this world. You got to go through that process of being birthed. Okay, well in this spirit, hey, we got to go through the process of being birthed in the spirit, man. Okay, so that means what you lose your, you none of those things that we gained in the world matter. You know, the knowledge, the material things, none of those things matter, man. Okay, the status, that none of those things matter. So you go to Isaiah 28 again, okay? It's Isaiah 28, all right, and 9. It says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, for with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people, you know? So this was written, during the time where we were speaking Hebrew, but now we speak all these other languages. That's why the Bible has been translated for us in these times. All right. So we learn by what? Precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little, there a little, man. That's how we learn and we grow thereby. Putting precepts on precepts, man. Sinking these precepts up in the spirit. That's how we all learn and are edified and built up, man. And we're receiving, this sincere milk. The food is being broken down in the spirit because when you eat, guess what? You chew on the food to break that food down. Then it goes through that digestive process, man. Okay, then it's used for what? Fuel for the body, man. And that's what this word is doing, man. Okay, this word is being broken down, all right, to where it can be digested in the mind, in the spirit, okay, and then it's being used for fuel for our faith, man, for fuel for our understanding, man. You know, so um, let's go back to the account. All right, this is Luke 19:5. It says, and when Yahweh Shai came to the place, he looked up and saw him, and said unto him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must abide at thy house. All right. It says, and he made haste and came down and received him joyfully. So he received Yahushua into his house. And in this time, we receive Yahushua, all right, in us, man. Understanding what that we're the house in the temple. So Yahushua dwells in us, man. When we receive this word, we're receiving Yahushua. Okay? When we hear this word, that's Yahushua knocking, man. And as we receive it, we begin to believe. That's us opening the door, man. You know, that's in Revelation 3:20. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock." So when we hear this word, when we first heard this word, that was Yahweh knocking at the door of our minds, man. And as we started to receive this word through faith, there was us allowing Yahweh to come in, which he put the spirit on us to do it. Okay? So there's no boasting, anything we did. The Lord predestined us to uh, 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 allow him to come in, man. Okay? And it says, uh, Revelation 3:20 says, Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him and he with me. Okay, and how is he supping with us? All right, how is he supping with us, man? Okay, but when we like every time we read, because you go to supper, there will be like an intimate dinner. The supper was at the end of the day, and you would eat and you would pretty much, discuss the day with the family, you know, talk about certain things, it was a very intimate setting, things will be revealed, things will be brought out. Well, when we read, that's like having a one-on-one with Yahweh Shah, man. He's supping with us, man. The Lord is aiding us as we read. That's why when you read, the Spirit will just put precepts in your mind. That's your Howard Shah something, man. He's revealing things unto us, man. They read. That's why reading is an intimate thing. It creates a closeness. With Yahweh Shah. Let's go here. It's another parable in the book of Luke. This is the book of Luke, chapter 11, starting at verse 5, man. And Zacchaeus was persistent too. He was determined, to get, get noticed by Yahushua, man. Just say, hey, we're determined, okay? We're determined to be noticed and to be recognized of Yahushua, man. This the book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 5. It says, and he said unto them, which of you shall have a friend, and shall go unto him at midnight, and say unto him, friend, lend me 3 loaves, for a friend of mine in his journey is come to me, and I have nothing to set before him. And he from within shall answer and say, trouble me not. The door is now shut, and my children are with me in bed. I cannot arise and give thee. I say unto you, though he will not rise and give him, because he is his friend, yet because of his importunity, okay, um, yet because of his importunity, he will rise and give him as many as he needed. And you read this in the NLT, Luke 11 and 8. But I tell you this, though he won't do it for friendship's sake, if you keep knocking long enough, he will get up and give you whatever you need, because your shameless persistence, man. And we pursue Yahushua with a shameless persistence, man. We don't care how awkward we look to the world, man. Okay, how strange we look to these people, man. You sister that's fighting to be in order, you don't care how strange it is in a society where, it's cute for women to be rebellious. You don't care how strange you look to these people, man. You'll be a pick Misha or whatever they call it, man. You know, that's that shameless persistence, and we're doing that, man. Being obedient, because like I say, we live in a society where it's cute to be rebellious and out of order and out of pocket, man. Okay, these things are cute, all right. But as we uh, 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 began our pursuit of Yahushua, we look crazy, man. Okay, we have that shameless persistence. All right. It says, hey, what the scripture, how we're fools for Yahushua, man. Okay. And Luke 11 and 9 says, and I ask unto you, ask and it shall be given you, seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be open unto you. So we seen Zacchaeus, he sought and he found. He put effort out, man. He put energy into what he believed, man. You know, he put resources into what he believed, because he started giving money back. You keep reading. Hey, when you start giving resources to something, that shows, like what scripture say, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is at, man. Okay? Or where your heart is, that's what you treasure. That's where your treasure is, man. When you start giving resources, which is time and money, to something, hey, you believe, man. You're locked in. Okay? All right. So yeah, that's the point. I didn't make this super long. All right. I just wanted to go into that. Just something. Into my morning read. I thought it'd be edifying. Spirit. Gave me those precepts. So Lord will. You brothers. All right, and all right, you sisters was edified. Till next time I say Shalom. Kohen Yashala. Abba, DTA soon. Shalom.